For the Eastern Conference in the backcourt, Jason Kidd at the moment still wearing a Nets uniform with that trade to Dallas still on hold. Dwayne Wade at the other guard spot. Up front, Chris Bosh of Toronto starting for the injured Kevin Garnett. The other East starters, LeBron James, and playing without his Superman cape tonight, Dwight Howard, who won last night's slam dunk competition with a dazzling performance. And now for the Western Conference. At the guards, last year's All-Star MVP Kobe Bryant, along with Allen Iverson, a 9-time All-Star. On the front line, Tim Duncan in his 10th All-Star game. Carmelo Anthony making his first All-Star start. And Yao Ming of the red-hot Houston Rockets. LeBron James trying to use the pick. Went to the look-away pass, and it's picked off by Tim Duncan.
This is always the challenging part of an All-Star game because you really don't get a proper time to warm up because the introductions are so long.
Well, Dwayne Wade getting ahead of the field for the first basket of the night. One-on-one move by Iverson going at Kidd and gives it up. Here is Duncan. And back comes LeBron James. Leads Dwight Howard and he puts it down.
Woo, shades of last night. How about the young guy Dwight Howard last night, the show that he put on in the slam dunk competition?
Well, I'm just glad he finally brought back creativity to the dunk contest. It got stale for a little bit, but those were some unbelievable dunks by all the participants.
And Howard with the rejection of the 7'6" Yao Ming.
He could beat that trailer down on the break.
That's the first field goal for the West. And now Steve Nash coming on for Kobe Bryant. Kidd trying to look away that was deflected, recovered by Howard, trying to get it inside. Here's Kidd with the lob. Kidd finding LeBron James. And James with the outlet. And the lay-in for Dwayne Wade.
How about Dwayne Wade? I mean, there's a champion 2 years ago in Miami who comes in here with the Miami Heat. They've lost 24 of their last 25 games. That's sort of incomprehensible that that could happen.
Well, it's tough because he's playing in the in the Eastern Conference.
He was the voice of authority. Here is Anthony with the bucket. It counts. And the foul. There's Phillips. He went behind the back and banks it home. Pierce played by West, goes to the step back.
Brilliant one-on-one player. Late in the game especially, he loves to get on this wing and get on that baseline. So strong, excellent free throw shooter as Amari Stoudemire unloading the three. Mike D'Antoni told us the other day he could be a good three-point shooter if he really wanted to get into the gym and continue to shoot those, Mark.
All right, here's Pierce finding the open man. Antoine Jamison. Back comes LeBron James. Kidd with the look away to James. He was so surprised there was no one around him. He hesitated for a moment. 7-point lead for the East. They've led by as many as 11. Here's Roy.
Well, you listen to Byron Scott, and he's saying that Chris Paul might be the closest guy to Isaiah Thomas when it comes to toughness, as Ray Allen knocked down another three.
Against one of his former teams, the Lakers. How do you guys feel about the Shaq trade to Phoenix? Can he fit in with the Suns' style? There's a rainbow attempt, and then it's put down. Well, followed by Dwight Howard. And that gets the crowd going. Chris Paul with his 6th assist. Frantic action here in the second quarter. A 55-50 lead for the East. Here's Allen for three. And it's played by Paul. He lost it. And James flips it up and puts it down.
You remember those days, Coach?
Oh.
Do you remember those days?
It's a slam dunk festival here. James, this time, puts it up in the air for Howard. That's 12 points for Dwight Howard.
And he does it easily. He really plays with a great tempo.
Brandon Roy in his first ever All-Star game as Boozer is able to score to cut it back to 7.
Well, he plays under control because he stayed in school for 4 years. He was well coached. He understands the games, the fundamentals. He knows how to play with other players. No knock on the younger players, but he's been in a system where he was well coached at a young age.
Beautiful backdoor pass. Wade able to combine with Hamilton. And that pass from James picked off. Here's Anthony. The West within 6. Carmelo Anthony has 14 points.
You know, it was kind of interesting listening to Dwight Howard talk to Craig Sager right before half, saying they have to run with the West. And we know the West has so many athletic runners with Steve Nash as Dwight Howard with yet another dunk.
Hate to leave the court, leads the NBA in minutes played. James, oh, what a move.
You know how hard that shot was? I mean, he drifted 7 feet in the air from where he caught that ball, and has such great leg streets, he was able to square his shoulders to the basket. What a shot.
And again, Yao looking for the three-pointer, and way off. Perhaps he will retire the three-point shot. Here's the lob, and James, once again, he now has 19, along with 8 rebounds and 8 assists. Pierce trying to use the pick. Now the lob, and Bosch scores again. 14 points for Bosch. On the turnover, here's Allen. Little hesitation move, yes, and it counts. Ray Allen will head to the line.
2 steps behind that.
Boozer now has 10. Here's Chris Paul to just check back in. You saw the behind-the-back maneuver. And now he delivers to Carmelo Anthony.
And this is where Chris Paul is at his best. When you get him in the open court where he has vision and he has finishers like Carmelo Anthony. For the Hornets, the best record in the West.
Allen with that quick release for 3.
The second best three-point shooter in the history of the NBA. And Marv, we're sitting by the best.
Yes. Carmelo Anthony lays it home as we head to the 4th. The East with a 13-point lead.
As Chris Paul knocks down a 15-footer, he'll be more remembered by that huge shot he made in Game 1 against Orlando, and we went on to beat Orlando. We had never won a playoff series before, but more importantly, he gave us belief that we could win. You know, he brought championship experience, 3 rings, so that's why the Pacers, during the 90s, the success we had, a lot as LeBron James knocked down a shot. That is why we went to another level, was because of Byron Scott.
Yeah, and I had a chance to coach him at Arizona State for a year, and I just enjoyed my time with him. He was a hard worker, always came out every day to get better. And he and I played the same position, so we really worked on being a 2-guard, and he was fabulous in the NBA.
Nice fadeaway by Amari Stoudemire. Nowitzki played tight by James. Stoudemire with the stuff. A facial served up on, yes, Superman.
Dwight Howard with a little sheepish smile on his face right now. See if he wants to roll back down in the